there. First things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We're just going to do a fast demonstration. This is going to be all contrast only. We're going to do a demonstration on whether or not if a gray screen paint mix can produce the same contrast levels as a black screen. Now, I've seen this demonstration being done, I think it was yesterday. And in the demonstration, I clearly stated that if you're going to do a demonstration on a black screen versus showing up black demonstrations, you have to compare it against another black screen. That was supposed to be given to somebody who failed to do the demonstration correctly. What they did was they took their projector, pulled it back all the way to the windows, lit the room up, and did a demonstration on a standalone, which means it made it virtually impossible for anyone to compare the black levels versus the dark black screen versus the gray screen paint mix, because there was nothing there to compare it to. That's what you call cutting corners. But I'm clear, go back in my video, I'm pretty sure I clearly said that you're going to have that black sample sheet and you have to blend it to that black sample sheet. As we did with the black screen in the back room, we displayed the gray screen paint mixes versus the giant gray screen in the back, and we blended the screen. That's what it was supposed to be done. But as I said before, individuals have a habit of cutting corners under demonstrations. We don't cut corners over here. So we got a 126-inch screen. We have two big massive windows on each side. We have plenty of room, light flowing back and forth. My projector is sitting back 18 feet. That's where it sits at in my environment. I'm going to do a couple contrast demonstrations to see whether or not if this product is supposed to be to pull a contrast level equal to a black screen. Now, the first time I see the attempt being done, it was a Starfield demonstration. His screen came out gray, didn't come out black. If you're going to say you're equal to black technology, you have to be able to produce the same thing as a black screen. So let's go with this Panasonic demonstration first and see what we get in a fully lit environment. If the gray screen paint products can pull a contrast level as the individual claims it to be. What I have a problem with is the fact that you can't claim your product to be something that it's not. Like, I can't come out here and say, well, black screens can produce white levels as high as white screens, which that's virtually a lie because it's impossible. Only a white screen can produce a white level on that level. So as you can see, the Metallica mix and Personal mix isn't pulling up any form of contrast whatsoever. So I think in order to justify that demonstration that was done incorrectly, I think the individual should go in, repeat the demonstration again, but this time make sure that you have a black surface laying against your screen. So that way you can compare the difference. I'm back. As you can see, it doesn't have that capability to do so. Pull up the same contrast levels as a black screen. Let's come out of here for a minute. Let's go over to, we're going to put up the contrast demonstrations he was supposed to do in a demonstration, which he failed to do. Starfield screensaver.
I found a few matches for that.
Oh, you know what that's at. Starfield screensaver.
I found a few
Nope.
matches for that.
She's going to have her attitude today. She does this from time to time. You gotta go check it down yourself. Let's see if we can find it ourselves. Let's come out here and clear this. And let me see. There it is right in my category. So now we're going to pull up a Starfield demonstration. We're going to put what he was supposed to do in the demonstration, which he failed to do.
Ever wanted the sensation like you're floating on air? You can with Skechers' new Glide Step footwear. Feels like you're floating as our Aero Comfort outsoles give you a pillowy soft landing that propel you forward. Plus, they have Skechers' exclusive air-cooled memory foam. Try Skechers' new Glide Step.
Here's a Starfield demonstration. Now on my end right now, I have 2 sheets of white paper, and I also too have the certified white screen. When we're done with this, it's gonna be a short demonstration. We're gonna take the white sheets of paper, we're gonna stick them on our screen, and we're gonna show our white levels off. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have something there so you can compare it to our white levels compared to the screen we're displaying. Not have a screen on a standalone by itself saying, hey look, I'm producing contrast levels. You have nothing to actually balance that with. But like I said, we're used to that because he doesn't know how to do his demonstrations correctly. And that shows a person who's afraid is going to skip on certain things on their demonstrations, don't have a lot of confidence in their product. And this is why I'm doing this live, because there's no way for me to doctor or change anything whatsoever. You're seeing what you're seeing. So as we can see, he's not going to pull a Starfield demonstration. Panasonic 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
So we'll go over to the Panasonic, bring up the horse. We'll bring you up a little closer, in case you need to be a little closer to the screen. And see it for yourself. Now my projector behind me is a 5,000 lumen Christie. I know for a fact that for 5,000 lumen Christie, it's not going to pick up on your screen. Nothing's going to pick up on your screen. Let's go over here and swing the angle over here. Not picking up. Now I could have done this demonstration when the customer came over. It wasn't necessary. Your product was not going to pick up. Not with this much light we had in the environment. Let's come over here and swing the camera over on this side. See what we pick up. Same thing. New York City screensaver, nighttime.
Getting that from YouTube.
Here we go again. Anywhere we swing at in the environment, screen's not going to pick up. See, that's the part that's disturbing, the fact that your screens pick up shades of gray. That's it. They don't pick up 100% contrast level. That's a black screen. That screen sees 100% contrast. You telling people this is the equivalent of telling somebody that they stand in a yard and they squeeze hard enough on a rock, they can turn it into a diamond. And yet every time you're asked, and this individual's asked to do a demonstration, he never does the full demonstration completely. So we do it for him. Since he can't learn how to do it himself, we have to do these demonstrations for him to show him how it's done. Let's go move over here to the center. Remember what I told you about when you're doing a demonstration on the screen? You shouldn't have to stand right up on top of it to see the difference. You should be able to stand all the way back here and see the difference between the screen. Like if I were to go red screensaver, you should see the difference from back here. If you got to be right up on top of that screen, something's wrong there. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See? The fact that you have to sit that close to the screen in order to see about when I showed you about he did the bare silver screen. If you literally have to sit that close to the screen to see the difference, there's something wrong there. Because there's no way in the world you're going to see the difference between bare silver screen and that product. If you're standing back where I'm sitting at right now, there's no way in the world you're going to see that. But if I change to any color on the screen, you will see the difference. I can pull, let's pull back even farther. Let's come back in here to the next theater room over here. You can still see the difference. Let's go back even farther. You can still see the difference. Let's go back even farther. You can still see the difference. But if you did it on that bare silver screen, you think you'd be able to tell the difference between one over another? Nope. You have to be sitting right up on top of the screen in order to see some little slight difference, which shows you at the end of the day that you could have just went out and bought bare silver screen and you would have achieved the exact same results as this product. And for far less. At what, $23 a gallon? That much? Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See? it can't see contrast, and it can't see color.
With zero sugar and 25 grams
Now,
of protein.
if I did this and my screen was in the equation, and it was just his screen on a standalone, you would see a color. It wouldn't be exactly what it's supposed to be, but you would see a color. It'd be washed out. But in their eyes, as long as you could see an image or some kind of image, it's considered to be acceptable. But you wouldn't see anything. This is what you would pick up, and you would say, "Ooh la la, it's picking up amazing colors." It's not. Every color that you're seeing that screen's being displayed is faded. All right, let's go over to LG Beta Fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, as I said before, when you're doing that demonstration, you're showing your screen producing the contrast of it, saying it's equal. It's not equal. That screen pulls a black level. That's not gray. That's 100% black right there. So he has to go back and do the demonstration again and do it correctly. You almost had it right. You just forgot to put the black piece of paper there to show the black levels matching. And you're not supposed to do a demonstration of color. When I did the OLED horse, I did it the OLED horse, cut it off, went back to more contrast. You did the whole entire video demonstration on the OLED horse, knowing that we're going to be colors displayed in the video demonstration. It has to be a solid black. So that's why you can't add things in there because he just goes too far with it. So go back to the Starfield demonstration. All right, let's pause this here. I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna remove these, but we don't need these up here anymore. Oh, just gonna show you something really quick. 4K demonstrations,
Getting that from YouTube.
just for fun. There you go. Just blend at your screen. Just for fun, just to show you that how bright the white levels are on a black screen that you can't see contrast and color next to. Philips 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's look at that for a little bit before we pass on to the next one. We're gonna leave that up there anyway. I'm gonna throw my AC up a little bit. Keep it on low so I can hear. It's getting a bit hot in here. That's better. That's much better. Should have kept it on low. Yeah, for a screen that's supposed to come up off a dart. Look at that right there. Blend at your screen again. Let's go over to, let me see. We're just gonna grab one more. So I paid about $480 for the Elite screen, edgeless. If I had coated this with your product, my screen would be washed out. Okay, how about this? We're going to pause that right there. We're going to take, the second step is my fast demonstration. Let me know. I need to get my tape. There it is, right there's my tape. We're going to take, a white screen surface. This is what you were supposed to do. You're supposed to put a black screen up there, but you didn't do that. You skipped that part and just had your screen on a standalone. Then I had a nerd to post a video. That's kind of sad right there. See right there? This is what we put against our black screens. You see the gain on that? That's a 0.9 gain. We're going to stick that one right here. This side. Like so. And then we're going to take an everyday white sheet of paper. We're going to put that against our screen also. That way it gives our customers an understanding of where our white levels lay out on our technology. Because it can pick up a white layer higher than a white screen, correct? There we go. Let's see, where's the remote control? Right here on the find it. Let's bring it back a little bit more. Let's begin from there. Now see how I can easily come out here, Crow, Jamie, wherever you call yourself, and I can take those white sample sheets, white certified screen, stick it against my screen, and I can show a difference to my customers with no problem. When we ask you to do the demonstration, you do the screen on a standalone. You don't put no black screen up there, nothing, to show the difference between your black levels and the black screen. And then you pick a demonstration that you know that's going to have to have color in there to give your screen an vantage point. That's why we nicknamed him Captain Corner Cutter. And yet you want to talk about quality. Quality comes from testing, you know that? A product's quality comes from its testing. That's where it comes from. You don't have any testing on your products. As far as I'm concerned, after seeing that Behr Silver Screen matchup, the Behr Silver Screen does the same thing your product does. All someone would have to do with that Behr Silver Screen is drop 2 tablespoons of black paint in it and it will react just exactly like your products. That's it. The only reason why your product did pull up a slightly better color is because the Behr Silver Screen is a light gray. When your product has a black in it, it has a more heavier amount of black in it to give it that more color to it. So all someone have to do is to take the Behr Silver Screen and drop about 1 tablespoon to 2 in there, and then we get the same reaction your product would get. Match the exact same color. That's it. LG snowboarding demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see, out of all these really light screens we got laying against our screen, let's see if any one of these screens can turn my product so dark you can't see it. Interesting, customer saw the screen. Crystal clear. And if the customer saw the screen, that means the individual we had the contract with, oh, by the way, he's going to be popping over too. We're going to come over here, going to discuss business. He's going to bring some of his screens over. We're going to do some demonstrations on live. And you get a chance to see him come over because he has the product. He's the one who's been marketing it on the website. Oh, for those who've been asking us about those acoustic screens, you can't come to us anymore. You have to come to him, so you have to place the orders through him. We had a few people coming today asking us about the acoustic screens. You have to go through him and order them through him. He takes care of that part for us. Demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's go with, let me see. Let's go with these nice, pretty bright birds over here. I mean, it don't bother me if you don't do the demonstrations correctly. It only bothers you. It just hurts you because people see that you're not doing your demonstrations correctly, that's all. Everybody can see it. I don't know who you think you're fooling in your demonstrations. Everybody can see that you're faking your demonstrations. So now I got your product against my screen, a white sheet of paper, and a white certified screen. That's when the customer sat over, he was looking at the screen and said, I can't. And he has it at home, but my house has a lot of freaking light. A lot of freaking light in my home. And just being able to come here in the original house itself and see the demonstration where I do all these demonstrations at, yeah, it's still mind-blowing that he can sit here and just look at the screen like, look at that. All these windows and nothing. I mean, we swapped out the projectors. The projector he bought over was a 720p. We swapped out for that one. This is the 1080p version of the projector. And just sitting there, just look at the screen like, wow. And how much you pay for that projector? $500. And your color's washed out too. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
See? That's a black level on the screen. I'm pretty sure you know your colors. I'm pretty sure you know the difference between gray and black. Let me show you something real quick. Let me get out of here. Your UV mix. Your UV mix is darker than your Frankenstein. It is. It's much darker than your Frankenstein. We're going to put your UV mix against that Starfield demonstration over there. This is your UV mix, which is actually darker than your Frankenstein. We put it near the window because, you know, you should be able to reject that ambient light coming through that window with no problem, right? You know, with your screen being dark and all. Your UV mix can't even pick up a black level next to a black Phoenix. You know why? Because your UV mix isn't 100% black, it's gray. So we washed out your remaining screens, white sheets of paper, your product, all in one hit. So if this screen can't pull a contrast level and being a dark gray screen, what do you think your Cinemax is going to do if I stick the screen against it? It's going to wash out. There's nothing different about the Cinemax, people. He's lying to you. I'm going to tell you that Cinemax is going to pull, for some reason, the Cinemax is a gray screen, and it's going to have the ability to pull a contrast level equal to a black screen. Nope, not going to happen. But you know, Crow can't accept. He can't accept it. So what he's going to do, he's going to say, oh, you know, him and the customer were in cahoots. They planned the whole thing. How can you going to be in cahoots if the screen is clearly showing you on live that it's doing what it's doing? So the screen's in cahoots too? So what are you going to say, that now my camera has special abilities? Or do we both manipulate the act of time and space? Do we both have superpowers? That's what it is? What about the people who have contracts under my company? Those people right there that are displaying my screen on YouTube right now, they have special powers? Like I had to talk with the Crows when they came in. Nothing but insults as usual. And the guy sat there and said, show me a demonstration that's up to date. Well, I showed him a demonstration from 2018. He laughed about it. He said, well, show me an up-to-date video. I said, I don't think I have one. But I did have one because I was messing around with him. Sure enough, he went on the Facebook page. He saw the people loving my channel, loving my stuff, gave me nice compliments and stuff on my products, customers that own my stuff. And then there we go, see a guy on there who actually a cool dude, he bought everything I had. Everything I buy, this guy buys. And there he's showing off his advertisement on the 12. Wasn't the 12 the product that you slandered to be so dark it wouldn't come up? But yet we got a fellow on there showing it off. Showing it off. And no sooner than I displayed that today, customer came over to visit me today and saw the screen in action. Right here in the house, came to the front door. Sat right here and looked at the same screen I look at every single day. If that screen didn't work and didn't show up, he wouldn't have been able to see it. I wouldn't be able to see it. And I'm pretty sure he'd be upset if he just paid $224 for a quart of my paint and it didn't show up in here either. I think he would have been pretty upset, wouldn't you think? Okay then, there you go. All right, with that being said, we're going to have more people popping over. I'm going to have a few people here and there. It helps me out too because it's kind of a bit of a therapeutic thing for me too, because, you know, when I invite my friends and people to come over, you know, at the point when you're like dealing with all this mess in my chest and medications and everything else, and, you know, everything, I'm trying to take care of myself in the best way, I started developing these weird phobias where I wouldn't leave the house, and I'm trying to break out of that. And being able to meet people and talk to them, even at a distance and all, kind of gets over my anxieties. It gives me a chance to control them, because it got to the point where it got really, really bad, where I just couldn't really thought in my head I would never be around another human being again. But this also helps me too, so it's a bit therapeutic. You know, top, it brings people in, and I like to see people see myself besides me seeing myself every single day. You know, it's kind of, you can toot your own horn, it's a different story. But when you have other people in there saying, hey, look, I saw it, you know, so and so and so, you know, that's a wonderful thing. And that's the first person that since COVID that I've ever let into this house, because he showed his vaccine shots when he came to the door. He was vaccinated, both shots, and he saw the screen in person. Now he's going to go back and he's going to talk to everybody else all over up and down Philadelphia about these screens. And like I said, next year we're going to get storefronts where people can come in off the street and they can go and they can see the screens right there on display. Ah, beautiful, ain't it? All right, with that being said, thank you all for your time. Gotta go, and God bless. And like I said, at the end of the day, do your research before you put your money down on a product, because like I said, a lot of these, not saying all of them, from what I've seen, people making screen paints on their own way, they're doing it the right way. This is the only individual who's doing these demonstrations incorrect. Oh, a little message to Mr. Partey. When we get done taking care of the legal part with Crow, we'll be having a conversation with you next. Just to let you know, we've been keeping an eye on you, been dubbing your videos, and we've been watching the way you've been slandering my product. And sooner or later, you may find yourself in court also too, just to let you know. All right, with that being said, thank you all for your time. I got to go, and God bless.